there's a spiritual aspect to going into the gym and lifting weights. I think a lot of people just kind of see it as, or used to see it as something that just, meatheads go in, we pick up weight, we put it down. But when you're really into it on those levels, you push yourself to certain places.
Oh, for sure.
It's a level of meditation and just...
It's therapeutic,
it's
man.
It's super therapeutic.
Like, I mean, Sam and I were joking, Sam's my wife, Saturday we heard a guy in there that was like, he was kind of getting pissed at the weights. Like, he's like screaming at the dumbbells after he finished it. I was like, she kind of like looked at him. I was like, hey, he's probably working something out, whatever, And but the whole idea is like, we go through hard things in life in general, and so when you go train, that gives you so much mental clarity from pushing through that. Like, I remember when we met, I was training. I was about a year into like my fitness journey of like coming back around, and then like getting with you became elevating, because now I had someone with very similar mindset that was further ahead than I wanted to be, that I knew was going to be a good match, because I like hard training like that.
Yeah.
It gives me like, for the longest time, I took a lot of pride in being able to do something that other people can't do.
Yep.
And I lost that for a good decade of my life. And so it gave me I lost an edge. I lost my competitive aspect of things. So now going back into the gym, I'm competing against me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going in there to say, like deadlifts that one week, like where, I beat myself the week before.
Yeah.
And you were giving me hell because there was a skinny kid right next to me lifting up more plates than me. And I was like, fuck that kid. He's younger than me. But, like, at the same time, I tried to pull the weight, you know? And I think the reality is so many men are missing how just simply going in and moving some heavy weight around, how therapeutic it is. Like I miss when if I take a day off, like I legit need the day off, but I'm like, fuck, I really want to go move some weights around,
And I don't know who said this quote, and I'll find out and give them props later, but 200 pounds will always be 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Won't change, doesn't get angry, doesn't leave you, doesn't fight against you. It's always going to be 200 pounds. And no matter what you do, the gym is the most forgiving and most unforgiving place in the world, but it never, ever, ever changes. It's what makes you, it kind of, you can, and the beauty of it is they're everywhere. And how hard you train, whether it be a Metro Flex, I'm the type of guy is, I get to the gym and I forget my headphones. I'm training. I forget anything. I'm training because there's no excuse. All you need is your body.
That's right.
Just walk in there, get shit done.
I mean, to be honest,
feel better.
I don't think we've done a workout together where we have had headphones on. No. Anyway, for what that's worth,
absolutely,
like, we don't.
It's just go in there and fucking.
We get after it, man. Like, and what I found is those that join us, and not like, again, we want people to come, but like those that join us realize like we don't really stop. Like, we just go right after it. Like, this past weekend, 500 squats just to start the workout. We just keep going, and it's all about it's just doing something hard, and it mentally catapults you, because when the real shit hits in life, like, some of my mess, but like, I'm not a quitter.
No.
But I know if I go to that gym and I get after it, I don't quit the workouts ever.
No.
Like, I always, like, I don't even think about where the end's at.
No.
I don't even think, I'm just like, whatever.
What are we doing and how long? Let's just go.
I don't know what time it is. Half the time I finish the workout, I would say more than half the time, almost every time I finish the workout, I'm like, holy shit, that took us 2 hours or whatever. However, maybe not 2 hours, but like, it took us.
Legs would be 2 hours.
It feels like it, yeah. But it's like, I don't even think of the time. I don't pay attention to the time, because it's just, I enjoy it.
You get to just switch off.
Yeah. But I was never like that. And I think, and this is a topic, sorry to cut you off there, but like, the athletes and the military guys out there, they have a tendency, because I did this, you associate working out with a punishment. Because when you're in sports, if you fucked up, you did something wrong. One of the worst workouts I can ever remember was we had to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning on a football field after a horrible loss. And I think it was like, this was old school, but like 2 hours of just nonstop sprints and like push-ups and sit-ups, and just got fucking crushed because of a bad day. And then in the military, like, if you messed around or you got in trouble or you got whatever, they would make you do workouts a lot of times. Like, they just do push-ups till you can't do them, or do something. So you just, like, in your brain made it a punishment. And so I think a lot of athletes and veterans have a tendency to do that. They get out of shape, And they lose that sight, I guess.
I would agree in one sense. Absolutely, there's a punishment aspect to it, and I think it's an old school version of training which needs to disappear, because it's you against you, right? Yeah. Competition is always healthy. It's good to see someone else. I mean, you're in the gym competing against you. Yeah. However, it helps to see elevated people do things.
But you push each other that way,
right? You push that way. So I've been lucky in my life, whether it's when I did strongman and I was surrounded by these absolute monsters who did things that I can't even do it today, but it gave me something to chase, right? Yeah. And every time you see that elevation and how people elevate themselves, right, and realize that it's the mindset change of going from punishment to you're acquiring something. You're gaining something by doing it. It's not a punishment, right? There's no such thing as punishment. The world happens to you, right, or for you, not to you. It's not. Nothing happens to you. It happens for you. No matter how bad it seems, right, there's a positive lesson that it's going to instill in you. And training is a good baseline, because, as you say, is people associate it with punishment. Yeah. For the longest time, you'd have someone who you put them on a diet. You say, okay, I need you to eat clean for the week. On a Friday, you're going to have a cheat meal, have yourself some high calorie foods, choose whatever you want, sugar, go nuts, right? You've got 2 hours to eat it. And people will work the week to deserve that cheat meal. Yeah. And I've changed the name. It's not a cheat meal, it's a refeed. Refeed, yeah. Right? It's a way to just put more calories into your system, because there's no such thing as a diet.
Well, back over the summer, like I remember a couple times I'd come in on a Monday workout, and I remember one time, like, I was just like, dude, I am fucking drained. Like, what is going on? And you're like, what'd you do for your refeed? Yeah. And I was like, good for my refeed, I was like, no. And you're like, no, dude, like, get the calories in. Yeah. Like, you're missing the whole point of this. And I was like, oh, so like afterwards, like, go get a double cheeseburger, because I wasn't eating burgers. Yeah. That's what it was. I would eat like a steak with some mashed potatoes and a salad. That was my refeed, right? But I wasn't getting the calories that I needed on that refeed. Yeah. So like, no, go get the double cheeseburger, the biggest thing you can find, with the bacon, the pound of French fries. I'm like, okay, so I go do that best fucking burger I ever had in my life. You feel but amazing. I felt it, right? And so now understanding like that it's a refeed, and if you're strong and you're tight all week long, I mean, like all the cans of tuna I got over there, like just being strict. Like if I'm in a pinch, grab a can of tuna. Yeah. If I'm in a hurry, grab a can of tuna.
And you're going to get to a point on a calorie deficit, or even if you're slightly under, at some point your body needs some calories. You got to put it in. Insulin resistance is a thing, man. If you, as much as I think carnivore diet is a very good way to go, especially for O blood type. Yeah. The other aspect of that is you have insulin in your body, and it's there for a reason. So I think it's very important to add carbohydrates in and some simple sugars, so that you spike your insulin levels and you don't lose use or lose it rule.
Which, this is a good point, a good time for me to interject on my fitness background a little bit, because I don't know shit, to be honest with you. I mean I do, but like, it's me joking. I love fitness. I love nutrition to a point. But when it comes to like the science, that's why I love our podcast name, because like when it comes to like the technical stuff, like I don't know. My wife Sam, she's amazing, but she's always been my brain when it comes to health and wellness. I would look at her and it's like, should I eat this? Should I not? Should I take this? Should I not? And so she's always been she's super educated when it comes to health and wellness, and she's got a degree in nutrition and dietetic science. So I never really showed interest in it like that, but I've always loved fitness, and I've always loved to work out. So it kind of killed me. But I tried to keep jobs that made me stay in shape. Yep. So when I got away from that, and I got out of shape, it fucking killed me. Like, I hated what I saw in the mirror, because I would literally ask my friends. I had a couple of friends that always stayed in shape, and I was like I would give them my schedule, and I'd be like, when should I work out? And even they would say, like, dude, I don't know. That's kind of tough, right? Because I was, sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night anyways, trying to be a dad, trying to be a husband, trying to work out. And so I think there's so many people out there. And so when it comes to like, I think people should know, like, my background with it is like, I'm going to come at you from a real raw perspective where I don't know the technical